Good evening, everyone. Hello, everyone. Yes, webinar has started just now, right? So, okay, so let us just quickly get into the concepts here so that we had to discuss today. So, I'm Shilpa from this club, right? So, we are going to talk about Technathon online coding competition that we're going to conduct as part of Sri Chaitanya group, right? So, that is the topic for today. And so we're going to take a few questions at the end of this session, right? So we are going to talk about the registration phase today. So now all of us, we know that registration is open, and we have even extended this registration until 3rd February, right? So yeah, most of you are greeting here. So I would start looking into the questions at the end of the session, right? So now again, to reiterate, we are talking about Technathon online coding competition. So that we are conducting as part of Sri Chaitanya group, right? So right now, this week we have opened the we have started, getting the registrations, right? So now, how do we register? Is what is the first primary thing that we're going to start with. If you have already registered, good enough. Please do not re-register. If you have not registered, then I'm going to share a few links, and you can complete the registration right now as part of this session, right? So I have shared one of the links, right, for the registration. Okay. So I'm going to, as discussed, there are a few questions that are coming in. So I would really love to answer those questions, right? So let us just try to just kickstart this particular session and then take those questions. Okay. So Malvia, so I'm going to take your questions in some time, right? So Technathon is an online coding competition that we are going to conduct. And as stated earlier, we are at the very, very first stage where we are getting all the students registration done, right? So student registration is open. It will be open until 3rd February. So if you have not registered, go ahead, click on the link that I have shared here, and you can register immediately. There are two types of students who are registering for this competition. Number one, already existing Infinity Future students, right? So our program is already live in our Sri Chaitanya school branches, right? So our students are already there, and they are aware of this particular competition, and they have already registered. Few students, they have not registered, so the registration is still open. Go ahead, you can actually go ahead and register before 3rd February. So we have extended this date till 3rd February for the reason school had annual day celebration, and they had few other competitions that they were conducting this week. So we have extended the registration, and it is open till 3rd February. Right now, for the students who are already in our system. So when I say the students already in our system, that means who are attending classes as part of Wiz Club Infinity Futures program, right? These are the students who are already there with us. So you need not register separately. You use your existing user ID password. I think your mentors, your instructors, right? So our Wiz Club instructors, they must have already helped you, and they must have already told you, do not register as a new user. You already have user ID password. You can use the same user ID password to register, right? So now click on this if you have not registered. So on this page, on the top right corner, you will see sign in. Click on that sign in, and soon after you click on that, it would actually ask you two questions. Are you an existing user, or are you a new user? Right? If you are already attending your classes in your Infinity Future classes, then do not click on I am a new user. Just use your I am an existing user. Click on that part, and then it will actually allow you to log in. Now, if you are not attending classes, even those students can actually enroll into our competition, right? How do you enroll? Again, click on the link that I have shared, click on sign in on top, and then it will ask you, are you a new user or are you an existing user? Click on new user. Whenever you click on new user, it will get some information. We need your name, first name, last name, your phone number, right? Your email address. These are the details that we need from you. So we will collect that information, and we will give you the user ID password for you to remember. Once you register, your registration is done. It will show that you have already registered. So you can actually wait for the practice sessions. So if you have any questions in and around registration, you can post it right now. So registration, existing students is one, and non-existing, in the sense, non-Infinity Future student is the second one. Any child can participate in this competition, provided the child is between the age group 6 to 14 years, right? So below 6 years, children cannot participate. So 6 is the minimum, 14 is the maximum, right? All students between this particular, within this age group 6 to 14 can register for this online coding competition. So we call this competition as Technathon online coding competition. We are conducting this as part of Sri Chaitanya through Infinity Futures program, right? So that is a small information about this particular competition. Now, why do we have to make children participate in this competition? What is that they're going to learn from this competition, right? So this is what is a question that most of us we have. So now let me take an example today. So now if you take TV, right, most of us, we actually switch channels, we watch whichever channel, whichever program that we like, right? Do we know what is there inside TV? What are the hardware components that the TV has? So what is the program? Whenever you push a button on your remote control to change the channel, that up arrow, down arrow buttons will be there, right? Plus, minus, right? So volume also, it has a button on your remote. Whenever you push those buttons, what happens? How is that it is changing the channel for you? Or how is that it is changing the volume level for you, right? These are the questions that most of us we do not know, because we are consumers of this. We buy TV, we use them. We buy mobile phone, we use them, right? So we are all called as consumers of technology, right? So now today's children, they know how to download an app, they know how to install an app, they know how to kind of play games on your phones, or they know, multiple new games that is coming up. Children, they keep talking with each other. Whenever one child installs, another child will also install that, and they will start enjoying it. So now what is that they are doing here? They are using something that is readily available for them. Some developer from some company, he sits and work on an app, and he pushes it onto the Play Store, or different, if you're using a different phone, they keep pushing onto the phone, and it will show as an update for you, and our children will install it and they will start using them. They do not know what is the program behind it. They do not know how is it working on the phone. Like, can I make something on my own? So these are the things that they are not aware of. They are just, not using their brains, not thinking, and not logically applying, not actually thought process is not really nothing is happening internally. They are just downloading it and passively consuming the technology. Now when you expose them to such competitions, when you make them participate in such competitions, they can learn something. That is one, learning is happening for children. So when you are actually, so any skill that you take, it can be swimming as a skill, it can be music as a skill, it can be skating as a skill, right? Once you put the child into that particular that particular sport or any program, so what they do, they start learning. So they are learning something new, right? So when you start actually exposing them onto such portals or such platforms, so what happened, they start looking into, they start learning things. So that is what is an advantage when they start participating in such competitions. Now the second thing is, if you see a few years down the line, they're going to give their exams, right? So J2E is there, NEET exams are coming up for them, and prelims are there. Every now and then they'll have to give a couple of exams at school also, right? So they are going to kind of, once they start learning a specific skill, it's going to help them when they face such competitions, right? When they face such examination, right? So we are giving a platform for all Sri Chaitanya students to participate in this particular competition, so that they learn something and they become independent. So how can I say that they become independent? Now this is the registration phase, right? So I shared a link few minutes back as well, and I'm sharing the link right now also for the parents who have not registered. any child can register into this program, right? So once the registration is complete on 3rd February, what do? We actually open practice workout for them. What they are supposed to do, just like how they pick their phone, once they install their app, what do? They start playing games. So playing game, what is that they're doing? They're trying to control the characters. They're trying to understand how do I score more, right? So they are actually applying a little bit of brain, even though they do not know how is it being built, right? But similarly here, we open the portal for them. They start practicing the workout. When they start reading through, when they start seeing the videos that we have added in the sessions, right, they will start understanding the concept. If the child is already in Infinity Future program, no problem. So the child will actually master this particular skill. They will start learning more and more, and they will become independent, right? So they are independently seeing what is the content of this particular session. Let me go through, let me see the video. Okay, now I understand how do I go about this particular challenge. So after we make the children understand the concept, we give them few real time challenges. What is real time challenge? For example, if you take traffic lights on street, so that is a real time example of application of tricolor LED, right? So tricolor LED is there in the lab setup. So students who are already into the system, so when they are working on it, so they are actually working on real time challenges, and they're going to use their brains. Okay, now I need to show red light. Okay, red light, and let it remain for a few minutes, and then orange or whatever green light, and then you are going to show three different lights: green, orange, and red, right? So that is the order in which they are going to show the light. Traffic light is a real time example. There is a program behind it which most of us we have not thought through. Now if you actually make children participate in such competitions, they will start learning. So that is the first advantage. Now the second advantage, you're making them independent. They're going to practice, it's going to challenge them. They're going to start thinking. So that critical thinking skill is being worked upon. When they are thinking and when they are trying to answer a challenge, critical thinking is being improved, right? We're going to actually make children work on a few skill set that's going to help them in their future, right? So that is the main advantage of this particular competition. Now I am actually telling one more important stuff here for all of you. Winning is not important, right? Any competition, participation is very, very important for any child. Winning, not winning, that comes later, right? So participation is very important, and we need to encourage children to participate. Now that is the first step. We as a parent, if parents are there on this call, we as parents, we need to open the channel for them, right? It's okay, you need not win a prize this year, no problem. You just give this you just participate in this, you will know how things are working, right? So as part of this particular stage, learning is happening for everyone. So it's not that it's a loss if you do not win a prize, right? So for students, participating in any such competition is a vital thing for them. So we as parents and we as teachers will have to push them to participate. Now, as and when they start working on it, they will definitely learn skills and they will become independent, and they're going to create something on their own, right? You are telling them, this is a problem I have. There is a road, and and every now and then accidents happen on that road. So what do you think? What is the solution for this? Right? There are multiple solutions that you can actually come up with. One is a traffic light. You can actually put it. Traffic light might be missing there, or policeman might not be there. Right? So there are different ways, and you can actually come up with a alternative solution to it. Right? So now when you open this channel for your kids or students, right? So they are going to start thinking. Their critical thinking, problem solving capabilities will improve. Now, all these skill sets are new for them, right? It's going to help them when they are giving their other competitive examination, when they are giving when they are in 10th grade, plus 2. There are a lot of places where they give their examination, right? It's going to definitely help them to think through, because all these skills are futuristic skill that they're going to learn as part of this particular journey, right? So this is about the competition and its advantages. Now the second thing is, now what are those themes that we have on this page? If you open this link that I have shared again, if you click on the link, if you scroll down, right, there are different stages that we follow to conduct this competition, right? The very first stage we are in is a registration stage, right? So that is phase number 1, right? So registration. So I think you can click on the link, you can scroll down, and you can see that the different levels that we have updated. And this is the page where you can get all the updates about our channel, right? About our competition that we are conducting here, right? Registration is the first phase. After registration, what is that we do? Now we understand we have new children also who have not enrolled into our future Infinity Future program. All children who are working, who are actually studying in Sri Chaitanya school branches can participate in this competition. You need not be part of that Infinity Future program to participate here. All children can participate. Now, what is the first phase? Registration. So we have open registration, and now we are actually gathering all the information, how many students are giving this, working on this competition, and how many students from each grade. So these are the things that we are actually analyzing at the back end. And now after registration stage, we are going to open this portal, same portal. Once you click on sign in and log into the portal, we will open it for the practice and preparation, right? Because we understand many students, they are not into Infinity Futures program. Few students, they have opted out this year, right? So we understand those students are also there, and then we encourage all students to participate, right? So now, as part of practice and preparation stage, so we are going to train these set of students who do not know what is there in our platform, who have not got hands-on on our platform. So we actually tell them, teach them how to log in and how to go to practice workout and how to see the session and how to work on the MCQ there and how to work on the program there, right? So a real-time challenge will be given, and we will ask the students, now what do you think the solution for this? How do you come up with your way of answering this particular question? Every child is different. For a problem, there are different alternative solutions to it. Now we encourage students to come up with such alternative approaches and to solve a problem. So we are making them improve their problem solving abilities, right? That is a skill that they are going to learn when they start doing this. Right now, practice session will open up. That is the second phase. After we allow students to practice for 1 or 2 weeks, the next phase is prelims, right? So we are going to conduct prelims. We are going to so once they start practicing, they know how to log in, they know how to answer a question, they know how to answer a how to work on a program and save the program, etc. So that we have already taught them as part of practice session. After practice session, prelims will be conducted. We cannot directly give students directly give the question paper there, because this is done on online platform. We know that students have difficulties. That's the reason we are conducting prelims, right? So that is the third phase. Once the prelims are done, then the final round of competition will be conducted, and then the selection happen. So after the selection is done, we evaluate. Prelims evaluation happen, final round of evaluation will happen, and results will be announced. And after the results are announced, while we are announcing the results, we also give the certificates to all the participants. All students who are participating in this competition, they're going to get a participation certificate to encourage students that this is not an easy step. They are actually facing a challenge, they are facing a competition. So we give them a participation certificate for all, and then we select the winners also. So now when we are selecting winners, we are using OpenAI GPT-3. So that's a machine learning model, right? It's a machine learning model which is going to kind of analyze the child's work. So if suppose there are 10 MCQs, and if there are two programs that we want children to give work on as part of the competition, based on the answers, our model is going to evaluate the child. So now MCQ, this is the score. MCQ is multiple choice questions, right? So it is going to give a score. It will take the score. It will see the program. What is the logic that the child has come up with? Is it a has the child used if condition or a looping statement or a function? So whatever it is, it is going to give score accordingly, and it is going to sum it up, and it is going to give the final result. So likewise, we are going to select who is first, second, third, consolation prizes, and other information about the prize will be shared in coming weeks, right? So now that is about the competition. Now we are going to understand what are the themes that we have. So what third standard student, which theme the student has to enroll, right? If you have already enrolled, no problem, just try to kind of understand what we are trying to speak here. So if you have any enrollment issues, we are going to take it up in few minutes, right? So as discussed, certificates will be provided, and there are three themes in our competition. So three themes. Theme number one is a smart device programming theme, right? So if you click on the link and scroll down, you can see those three themes here that we have listed, right? So if you are using your mobile phone, you can click and scroll down quickly so that you can understand it better, right? So now the first theme is smart device programming. This is for existing students only. So Infinity Futures program, we have a couple of students who have enrolled. This is for those students who will be working on smart devices. What is a smart device? Your mobile phone is a smart device. But are we giving mobile phone to children in classroom? No, we have different smart devices in the classroom, like tricolor LED, ultrasonic sensor, right, and smart light. So these are the different smart devices that we have in the lab setup. So that is smart device programming. This is open for existing students only because they have already attended few classes, right? So if the students have already attended the classes, we cannot give this theme to new students. They will be confused because they have not learned that particular how to work with those components. So based on the type of students who are there as part of Sri Chaitanya group, so we have created these three themes. One is smart device programming. This is for existing students only. So third standard to eighth standard students, any student can enroll into this theme. So once you are on this page, you click on sign in, you say I'm an existing child, I'm an existing user, and then you just log in and you start working on the practice workout. Right now, the other set of students who are not into the program, they have not joined Infinity Future program. No problem, you can also participate in this competition, where theme 2 will be used if you are in third standard to fifth standard, right? Third standard to fifth standard students. So whenever you click on sign in, you say I'm not an existing student, I'm a new user. When you click on new user, it will ask what is your first name, last name, what is your address, what is your school branch, what is your phone number. So we need this information if suppose you win, right? So we need to communicate the update, right? The whatever is happening around, practice sessions or the date changes in the dates, everything will be shared to you using these details. That's the reason. Please fill your details properly, and then you say I'm a new user, and you enroll into this program if you are in third standard to fifth standard, right? That is Blockly programming quest, where students will be given simulator session. What is a simulator? Children, did any of you have used simulator at home? Have you seen simulator? Right, so if you try to understand what is a simulator, so there are multiple simulators. Washing machine, before they sell it on different platforms or in the shops, they work on simulators, they test on simulators. Aeroplane simulators are there, and many children, they play the simulated games, right? They move the characters, 3 to 4 children, they can actually control the characters, and they can play those games on TV, right? This is not real, it is a simulated, a version of the existing component, right? It's a software or a programming version of it, right? So that is a simulator version for the group, for the age group third standard, for the grade third standard to fifth standard. That is the second theme, Blockly programming quest, right? So if you have not registered still, select your grade and get into your Blockly programming quest. If you're already an existing student, it will automatically take that student to smart device programming, which is theme 1. Now the third theme that we are discussing is for elder students who are not into our program, right? Students who are in 6th standard to 8th standard, who have not enrolled into Infinity Future program, you can also participate, and it is going to give you AI challenge. Because if you see AI challenge, if you see the next oncoming years for them, machine learning is a main subject that they can pick if they are interested to take ahead into next level, right? Machine learning is one of the subjects that is actually being offered in colleges, and also cyber security, and a lot of interesting subjects have come in as new, right? So change is constant, right? Every now and then, if you see around, many things are changing around us. So if the students start learning these skills right now, it's going to help them in the future as well. So AI challenge is the third theme that students can kind of pick if they are in grade 6 to 8. 6 standard, 7 standard, 8 standard students, they can click on sign in on top. They can say I'm a new user, give your first name, last name, all the information, click on register, and you can actually select this AI challenge theme, right? So where you will learn machine learning concepts, and you will be able to work on sentiment analysis and few interesting things that is new, is what you're going to learn. So these are the three themes that we have: one for existing students, two for non-existing, non-infinity future customer, right? If the student has already enrolled, for them there is only one theme, that is smart device programming theme. For the students who have not enrolled into our program, we have divided into two groups based on their age group. Third standard to fifth standard student, they are going to work on simulated blockly programming quest, and elder students, 6th standard, 7th standard, 8th standard students, they're going to work on AI challenge. So that is using machine learning concepts is what they're going to learn in that theme. So now, so any questions until here? Ma'am, I am 3rd standard. Okay, buddy. So what is your question? So Neha Gupta has told, ma'am, I am in 3rd standard. Okay, so now we are open for questions. So as I said, so registration is open till 3rd February. So that is a final update for all of you. And we are going to conduct webinars on timely basis. This is the first webinar where we are trying to tell you how to register and what are the stages that we have. When we spoke about the stages, now we are in the first stage, registration stage. And next stage is practice session, because we know many students have not enrolled into our Sri Chaitanya program, right? We need to train such students also, right? So that's the reason we have kept 1 or 2 weeks of practice sessions, right? So now after practice session, now the next phase will be, we are going to give the prelims, right? Prelims will be conducted. So then after that, selection process and talking about when the competition is going to be conducted, we're going to update every bit of information on this particular link that I have shared. That is a Visclub page. Go ahead, keep looking into this, the updates on this particular page. So whenever you have time at home also, just save this particular link, add it to your favorites. Just click on this link and see if there are any new updates. If there are any new updates, it will come on top of the page. So now the practice session has opened. So the practice session end date is so and so. Please finish practicing your workouts within this date. So all such information, we will start posting it on this portal. Right. So there is no fees, buddy. So Bhavna is asking a question. Is there any fee for this competition? No, there is no fees for this competition. Please do not pay any fee for this. Right. Competition is being conducted to help students learn something. Right. What is that something? The skills that is going to help them in their future. So we're going to open them up onto this competitive mode so that they start thinking. They start becoming creators, right? That is the main the main goal of this particular challenge of this competition, right? There is no fee. Please do not worry about the fee part right now. So when is the AI challenge, ma'am? Okay, so AI challenge is for 6th standard to 8th standard. So now practice workout will start after 3rd February. You can start learning what is AI, what is machine learning, what is sentiment analysis. So you can start reading start going through our portal. You will get all the information. Competition date is, so we are having discussion with the school management. So we do not want your academic plan to alter, right? You will have your academic exams also, right? So we want to be careful here. We do not want to disturb you guys. So we're going to set the date when all the children are available and all the children are free to give this to kind of participate in this competition, right? So your competition will most likely be in April, March end or April, after you finish your examination. Do not worry about the competition right now. Start practicing once the practice link opens for you, right? So now the next question is, will student get guidance? So Suresh Kumar is asking, a student get guidance. So I'm not sure if it is a parent or a child. So now, so students will get guidance, right? So now, if you see, we have our this club mentors, instructors who are already there as part of Sri Chaitanya school branch. Every Sri Chaitanya branch has a Infinity Futures instructor, right? So you, if you have any questions, you can go to your instructor. You can actually ask her, "Ma'am, I'm stuck here. Can you please guide me?" Right? So, and this is a competition. The instructor will show how you can work with, and you'll have to put in your effort and try to see through the portal, try to learn, understand, and go ahead from there. So if it's a normal session, we will actually help with the solution also, but teacher is there to guide the student. So she will tell, okay, you do this, something like this, so then you will get the next bit on your own. So we will kickstart all the student. We are trying to make all the students independent here. We will give guidance at school. If you want, you can go and meet your teacher at school. She will be able to help you, right? So another student is talking about, I have enrolled in this club. A doubt, if we have any doubt, we can do the smart device programming from today. Okay, yes, you can go ahead. You can actually, practice session will open on 3rd February. Okay, until then, you will not know what is there inside the session. So once that link opens for you, then you can start practicing from home also. This is a competition. You can, if you have a mobile phone, you can log in and you can start practicing. If you have laptop good enough, you can log in using your laptop and you can start practicing, right? So any smart device, if you have any smart device, you can start practicing at home as well, right? How many teams in grade 4, ma'am? So it's an individual online competition. We will not work on any teams or groups, children. Okay, so you are going to work on your own, right? So you will read the challenge. Okay, this is a challenge. Now you will think and you will do it on your own, and you will work on the program and you will save the program in our portal, right? It's not going to be a team activity. Start practicing on your own, children. Which one we should join? We should log in. uh, if you have not registered, go ahead and register. Then it will give the user id password. Using that user id password, you can log in. Okay, so now there is one more question, ma'am, also for class 7. Yeah, also for class 7, if you are already in Infinity Future, you will be automatically taken to theme 1. If you are not an existing Infinity Future student, what it will do, whenever you give the grade as 7, it will enroll you into your AI challenge, right? So inside the session, there will be help for you, and there will be a couple of videos that we have added, so you can go through. And if you have any questions, check with your Infinity Futures ma'am who is there in the school. Okay, so in which we should register. So let me share the link again, sir. So this is the link. I'm sharing it again. Right, click on that link. On the top right corner, you will see sign in. Click on that sign in. If the child is already in the program, you say, I'm already an existing user. If the child is directly working on the competition, you can say you are a new user. Should we pay the amount for this club? Sir, for this competition, there is no fee. Okay, so for the existing course, the fee must have already been paid. You need not worry about that. For competition, there is no fee as such. It is just to open all the children, to bring them onto this competitive spirit, so that they start learning and they start becoming independent. And through this practice sessions, they are going to learn how to work on solving skill, and how to think, how to work on critical thinking is being implemented. They're going to think, and they're going to work on their thought process, and they're going to come up with the solution, right? So these are the different skills, and comprehension is also being looked into at the back end, right? So these are the different skills that we are actually making students learn through this competition. What is the use of this competition, madam? So that's what Raghu said. So competition, see, if you make children get into this competitive spirit, right? So I just took one simple example as a mobile phone as an example, right? All children, they use mobile phone. They don't know what is the internal, how is this mobile phone being built, right, being made, right? So what are the components associated with it? What is the program that they have done what is the program that is making mobile phone work, right? So these are the different thought process, thinking abilities that students should start learning starting from this stage, right? So when they start working in this competition, when they start practicing these workouts, right? So they will understand, okay, so now this is a problem. Now I will come up with my own solution. They're going to become creators. So now you have a microwave at home. It has a display, right? How does a microwave work? How does it show 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it shows a light, green light, and say cooking, your item is ready, right? So you're going to make your child think differently. So when you give a problem, you give a problem today to your child. You tell that I'm stuck in this particular problem. So can you help me with the solution? Child will run and come to you, and they will give their options, their ways of solving this particular problem, right? So you'll have to inbuild this particular skill in every child. That's the reason we are conducting this competition at school. Let us try to understand, analyze how much our children can solve a problem. So how can they think? Can you change their thought process? So these are the different things that they will learn when they start practicing and when they start giving this competition, and it's going to help them in their future also, right? Because thinking is very important. Comprehending, when they read something, try to understand what is the problem all about, and then come up with a solution. So these are the skills that is very essential for them to succeed in their future. These are new skills that they are learning, right? That is why we need to open this channel for the students to participate in competition. Now if the kid is in third, he or she can attend. Yes, absolutely. Third standard to eighth standard students can participate in this competition. What is the next step? Okay, Ramya ma'am, I have shared the link with you. Just click on that link. So if you scroll down, that is the page where you can find all the information. Whatever I updated till now, each and every bit of information is there on that link. That link has been shared by Biz Club Learning. So the link is coming from Biz Club Learning. If you scroll down there, it will show registration is the first phase. Next, the practice session will start. Next, prelims will be there. Then, we are going to have a selection process, and, we are going to announce the dates and conduct the competition. And then after competition, we are going to start reviewing the solutions, and we are going to announce the results as well. So these are the different stages that we have already listed in the portal. Have a look at it, Ramya ma'am. So now test will be offline or online. So Malviya ma'am, so it's going to be online test. The child can give this test from home as well. Internet, if you have internet, if you have any mobile phone or smart device, you can actually work on this particular challenge from home also. It's an online coding challenge that we are conducting. So ma'am, is it offline or online? It is online, not offline, right? In class with fee. What is that, madam? This club. Okay. Sir, this particular program, Raghu sir, this particular program is being taught in the school, right? So all the school children, they can enroll into this program. Sessions are already happening, right? So that is where for that particular program, parents must have already paid fee. So, but this competition is open for all Sri Chaitanya students. There is no fee for this competition. Program, there is a fee which you can reach back to your school management. They will be able to help you with that query. How to get practice sheet? Okay, sir, Nikhil sir. So again, if you click on the link that I have shared, and if you have already registered, it is just like your Gmail account. You log in using the user ID password. When you enter into your Gmail account, you will see all the details there. Similarly, student, if you have already registered, if you give the user ID password and sign in, inside there will be a tab. It will show the label as practice session. If you click on that practice session, students will be able to see the session completely. Few videos will be there for students to understand. Few description will be there. We have given a paragraph for student to read and understand. Video guides are there, and problems will be given. And if the student is stuck somewhere, we will give the solution also, because we are guiding all students from the school how to work on our portal and how to kind of face a challenge that is being covered in practice workout. Once you log in, inside you will see practice workout after 3rd February. Till 3rd February, it is the registration phase. You will not be able to see it. Ma'am, is it attended in school or from home? So Vijay sir, this is an online competition. You can make children work on the competition from home as well. It is not from school, because they'll have to use their laptop or they'll have to use their phone to kind of work on this particular competition. They'll have to write the program, they'll have to program in our portal, they're going to save the workspace. So how to program, how to save, so this thing will be covered as part of the next webinar after 3rd February, right? Till 3rd February, we're going to share how to register at a high level, what are the different stages, how to log in, and if you need help, whom do you have to connect with, right? If you are stuck somewhere, if you are not able to register before 3rd February, go and connect with your Wiz Club instructor who is there in school. So she will be able to guide you, and the teacher is going to support you on the parts where you are stuck, right? So after that, next week, we are going to have another webinar where we are going to log in and show the portal for you. So this is where you can practice the session, right? So any other questions? So we could not see the child Wiz Club class video. What is taught in school? Sir, kindly, I don't know who is it. It shows as some name there, right? So kindly reach back to the school teacher. She'll be able to show how to see the child's progress. If you're not able to see what child has done in the classroom or video, go ahead, contact the school teacher, Wiz Club teacher. She's going to show how to see, even from home you can see the status of each and every class, right? Progress of the status of the child, progress, what was done in the class, everything you can see from home only. So if you have the user ID password, log in, see what the child has done in the class. How to log in, ma'am? Sir, okay, Himabindu ma'am. So you can actually click on this link, and on the top right corner there is a sign in. Click on sign in, ma'am. And Himabindu ma'am, if the child is already in the program, you can select existing child. If the child is not in our program, then you can say I'm a new user. There are two options. When you click on that link, click on login on top. It will show two options: new user, existing user. You click on new user if the child do not have the user ID password. Is this course free if we register now? Will there be any charges down the line? So Dinesh sir, this is a competition, sir. This is a Technathon online coding competition. Competition, there is no fee. If you want child to learn more skills, then you can actually inquire at school for the fee and the program details. So this is a competition we are talking about today. There is no fee for this competition. Okay, so I think we have answered quite a few questions. Any more questions you can type in quickly, dear parents and children. So we're going to wind this up in few minutes if there are no questions. Huh. Okay, so Mala ma'am says she has clicked on the link and it shows it's a new user or an existing user. So Mala ma'am, if the child is not attending any session at school, in the sense not attending Infinity Future session at school, then you need to select I am a new user. Click on new user. It will ask you what is the first name, last name, what is your address, and what is your phone number. Because if we want to connect by reference, we need the email address also, working email address, right? So we will post all the updates on that email ID. So we will collect that information and you can click on register. It will give you the you can register and you can use that user ID password that you have given. You'll have to remember that user ID password if you are registering for the first time. Write it down somewhere. I suggest all the parents and students, please write the user ID password somewhere for the child to log in immediately. If the child sees it and looks into it and just puts it in the portal, then it will save some time for children. So write your user ID password on in a book or a diary, student's diary. So wherever you find it easy, right? So that the children can pick it up, can log in quickly, and there is time will be kind of saved there, right? So now can you please explain about competition? So Urmila ma'am, so we have just discussed about this competition today, so I think you have logged in late. So what you can do, ma'am, click on this link and you can have a look at it. So what we discussed at a high level, I would like to share at a high level is that this competition is for grade 3rd standard to 8th standard. Okay, whether the child has enrolled into Infinity Future program or not, all children from Sri Chaitanya school can participate in this program, in this competition. Right now we are in registration phase. You will have to click on the link that I have shared, click on sign in and register. Why do we need to register? Because we need to have the user ID password to log into our portal. Like how you log into your Gmail, you will give your user ID password. When you log into your other accounts, you give your user ID password. That's the reason you'll have to register, so that you'll have the user ID password that you can use to log in and see the practice workouts. So directly we are not going to give competition. We are not going to give the questions for students to face the competition. We're going to give 2 weeks of time for students to practice on our portal, because few students are new. They have not used our portal earlier before, right? So now we will show them how to work on these challenges, and then we will open the competition for them. Right. So all the details are there on our portal. Please have a look at it one time. If you still have questions, you can walk into the school, ma'am. We will give you all details that you need. I can't log in. It is saying that it is already done. Sir, if you check your email, if you have already registered, it will automatically send you an email. Okay, in that email, you can actually, you can get the details and you can log in, sir. If it is already registered, do not register it again. It will allow only one time. Okay, so Ramya ma'am is asking, my son is in 6th standard and has registered. Can he go ahead with test? Yes, absolutely. He's all set. So he has to just wait until 3rd February. The practice session will open. He can start reading. It is, see, all of us, we have books to read. But here for this club program, we have portal. So in our portal, it has all the sessions. Number one, so this is the concept, explanation of it, explanation to that particular concept. And then we have a video guide for students, right? For students, our portal is like textbook. They can actually log in from home also whenever they are free, and they can log in and they can start practicing, right? So after registration, wait until 3rd February and you keep looking into this portal for the updates. So if there is any change in date, please have a look on this portal page. It will be highlighted in the first row itself. The very first part will have the latest updates, right? Have a look at it and you can follow. And on timely basis, we would also conduct webinars for all of you. How to log in, how to see the practice workout, and what should child do. Everything will be shown in the next week webinar, right? So we're going to have a couple more webinars. Today's webinar is all about only registration and different phases, and what is the advantage that the student will gain, the advantages of this particular competition and this program. So that is what is the agenda of today's webinar. Now next webinar when we conduct, we're going to show how to work on practice workouts and what is that they'll have to concentrate on. So we will show those things and you can make children practice at home, right? So okay, Sanjeev sir says thanks, ma'am. So I do not see any more questions. Okay. Thank you all, dear parents. So if you still have questions, you can call number, and you can meet our Biz Club instructor who is there in every school branch. So they'll be able to help you with the problems that you are facing with respect to registration. Or any question if you have, you can walk down and you can, whenever you are picking up your children from school, you can just meet the teacher and you can register yourself. And for today, why is it not for 9th grade? Okay, so this is Seema ma'am. So Seema ma'am, so what we thought is, 9th and 10th grade students, they are really busy in their academics. So they are not able to take out some extra time here. And when you see these skills that we have started teaching students from this year, these are the skills that has been listed in national education policy, right? So that policy says that uh, today's children, they'll have to start learning the skill set that will help them in their future. What kind of skill set? Machine learning, artificial intelligence, comprehension, logical thinking, and working on a problem statement, critical thinking. So these are the different skill set that you can actually make children learn when they are young, right? So that's the reason we are starting at grade third standard to eighth standard, understanding the fact that ninth and 10th grade students, they are very busy in their academic, and their exams are coming up. So we didn't want to disturb them. That's the reason we have given a slot between third standard to eighth standard, right? So that is the reason, that is the answer for your question. So now, ma'am, how to take practice sheet? So Naren Karthik sir, I don't know if it is a student or a parent. So sir, do not worry about the practice sheet. Till 3rd February, it's going to be registration. After 3rd February, we are going to show how to work on practice workouts also. So I'm going to repeat this one more time. After 3rd February, using the user ID password that you have created today or a few days back, if you log into our portal, it will show practice workout for you. You can click on that and get started, right? The practice in school or home. So Malvia, this is a question from Malvia. So practicing should be done at home also, and if the student has some time at school, they can practice at school. So school labs are usually busy all the time. So because this is a portal based, this is something like, how you access different portals from home. So that's the reason we have given this portal, so that students can practice at home anytime when the student is free. So please practice, please make children practice at home, right? So you have the user ID password. It is just like how you use your Lycee and other apps for your school updates. You'll have to just click on this link, bizclub.com link, just log in directly, click on the practice workout. If you click on it, it will automatically open the content for you, and you can make children practice at home. So I'm using correct user ID and password, but password it is showing wrong password. So ma'am, Pratibha ma'am, what you can do, I think there is something wrong that you are typing. What you can do is you can reset the password. There is a small option wherein you can say, I forgot my password, I would like to reset. Click on that and give your details. It will send the new password to your email address. If you have given your email address correctly, you will be able to reset. So, ma'am, time limit. Okay, we will explain all those things in the next webinar, ma'am. So, do not worry about the time. Practice session will be open for 2 weeks for all the children to practice, because we have few Sri Chaitanya school students who are new to this platform. So, we want to give sufficient time for all the students so that they gear up, get ready, they know how it works. Then only we will actually work on the competition date. So now, if you ask about the time, in and around April is where we are going to conduct the competition. After their regular academic exam, after their regular school exam, we are not going to disturb any students. So they are going to finish their exam. They're going to, take out some time for this practice and compete in this particular Technathon competition. Yeah, so we are almost there. So if you still have questions, please feel free to reach um, to our BIS Club instructors who are there in every school branch. So we are going to stop the session, today's session here, and we are going to post updates on when will be our next webinar. So we're going to have another set of webinar where we are going to help you understand how to work on the practice sessions. That will be few webinars. After that webinar, then prelims, how to work on prelims. There'll be 1 or 2 webinars there also. Every stage, we're going to have a webinar. If you have major questions, you can get into the webinars, you can ask us, or walk into the school, ask the teacher. Or you have a support email ID as well. You can email us the query. You can put your child's name, branch name, and you can tell that I'm having an issue logging into the portal, can somebody help me? Or you can actually, so for login issues and all, you can reach back to our teachers at school. It will be quick, right? And support queries, if you have any questions that we have not addressed, you can email us. We can actually help you with the answer for that, right? So thank you all, everyone. You have taken out 1 hour of your time which is very, very precious for us, right? So on a weekend, and you're here to kind of understand how this competition is being conducted. We are very happy to kind of help you at any stage. So please feel free to reach back to us, and have a very good weekend, all of you. Thank you, dear children, for being part of this webinar. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, dear parents, and wish you a happy weekend. Yeah, thank you. I'm going to end the call right here. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, children.